Okay, today we are going to do a few things, first part, and break them up into sections so you have one video at a time. This video is going to be adding basic text graphics and modifying them inside of Premiere. I have opened up my Premiere project. I am in editing. I have it open. I took my playhead to where I want it to be. This part of the project is 41 through 50. Pictures 41 through 50 have no text. They have not been modified. They were just brought in exactly like they were. So I put my playhead at the beginning of that first one, which for you will be 41. On my screen, it's number 24. So for everybody out there, it's 41. This is the 50 picture photo montage. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Premiere. I'm going to go Graphics, New Layer, Text. And as you see on my timeline, a brand new layer of text has been dropped in. I move my playhead over it, and now I can see my layer. Okay? So all I need to do is click inside the layer, double click and highlight, and I can put my text. This is a Ferrari F50. Okay? And then I decide where I want to move my text. I take my selection tool, which is controlled by the letter V, and I move it to where I want it on the page. Now this image has come in small. So for everybody at home, you would know that this is a bad image and that you would want it replaced. I'm going to leave it here like it is a full-size image, just for test purposes. And then I would create my graphic here, and then I can make my changes. So I can highlight it and start to make changes. To make changes, I highlight the text first, then I come down to my text graphic and I double click it. Remember, double clicking activates your file. And then I come up here to effects controls in the top left, and I see text layer Ferrari F50. All right, now I can make changes. I can change my type. I can change the look of it. I'll go with my font. I just changed to Verdana. Now I'm going to go bold. I'm going to increase the size a little bit. Then I can still shift it whenever I want. I'm going to change the fill color to, say, a bright lime green. And then I'm going to give it a stroke color, so an outside layer. First thing when I click stroke, you see is there's 1.0. That's the width of the stroke, okay? So if I went to 10, you would see now I have 10 times the stroke size that I had before. And then if I wanted to change the stroke color to, say, black, then I would have that black outline over the green lettering. I could also add a shadow to it if I wanted, like a drop shadow, and then I have all the changes I could make to the drop shadow. There are lots of things you can do. Just like when we affected our effects, we can modify our text the same way and change things and do different things. All this stuff can be done right here. This is very simple. A lot of people call the text in Premiere like a placeholder. So like you'll put this placeholder in to see what the text looks like, and then you'll go to Photoshop or After Effects and create something more to your liking, but at least you know that it works on a scene like that. So my text is made. I can go back to my selection arrow and I can move it around. Say the picture was full size, I could go here. If you want to see what it looks like full size, I can always double click and I can create a larger area. A picture that's bigger. But remember, I can't make it bigger if I've already brought it in small. If it was large to begin with, I can continue to increase and decrease the size. At this point, I have a graphic. I can come all the way to the end and decide where. I see right here, my graphic changes. So I want to drag down my text a little bit. So when that image goes, and the new one comes open, I have no text. Some people will put they'll allow for their text to transition. Like you could have it here and then another piece of text here, and you could drop a transition between the two pieces of text. I've seen people do that. It's very possible. Okay, so if I was going to do that, let's put my next set of text in. So I come here, put my playhead right here. I go graphics, new layer, text. Okay, look what I did. Put it right where my playhead is. That's exactly how it should work. Wherever I put my playhead is exactly the position that it is going to place itself in. I move it over. Now I butt it up against the last graphic. Put my playhead over it. I'm going to move it a little bit so I can see the whole thing. And I'm going to call this, double click it. I'm going to call this 75 years of Ferrari. You have, this one is I believe a late 50s, early 60s. This one is a late 60s. So it kind of goes and goes. There's your F40 or F50. That's an 80s style. That's an 80, probably 84 308 GTSI, or it could be a 348 if it's later 80s. So I have all these cars, and so I'm going to put 75 years of Ferrari. So I double click the file, and now I'm going to go to effects controls, and I see 75 years of Ferrari. I'm going to do a different fill color. I'm going to do something in the nice blue range. Oh, sorry. I did not have my text highlighted. I did not actually make a change. So there we go. That's a good thing. I didn't do it because I did not select the file. By not selecting the file, it did not help me out. I am going to change my stroke to like a Ferrari style red. And I'm going to get rid of the shadow. Okay. So I take a look at my text. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm fine with that. I like it. Good. And then what I was saying, the last thing I can do, now this is something you don't have to do. Don't have to do. This is just something I'm showing you. You could add the same transition. So we're using a non-additive dissolve. I could take a non-additive dissolve and put it right between the two graphics. So then, as I'm coming through, the text will transition the same way. I'm going to change this, both of them, because I do not like the way the non-additive dissolve looks. So I'm just going to put a basic cross dissolve here and a basic cross dissolve between my pictures. And I'm going to see if it looks better, because as you saw, that non-additive dissolve looked bad. Okay, so I'm coming through and I see the text, and then I see the transition, and I see both. So it's transitioning from one to the other. It's pretty clean. Okay. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. It's completely okay. You could do this. What I would do then is I would get rid of my text before and after the transition. So then you'll have just enough text to take you to your transition, and then you'll be able to watch. The image will transition, but the text will just disappear. Okay, some people like that, some people don't. You can do whatever you like with text. Text can be quick, jump out, jump in, either way. But that is how you make basic text in Premiere, and we are doing that for 41 through 50. Okay, 41 through 50.